I am going to be attempting to crochet with dental floss. No, I haven't completely lost the plot. There is a reason for it. You're just going to have to trust me on this one. So towards the end of each month, I usually do a review / brainstorming session where I evaluate where I'm at with my current projects, but also come up with ideas for new projects. And what you guys end up seeing on the channel in the following month is usually a mix of both of those things. At the end of last month, which was February as of filming this, I came up with an idea for a project that is potentially really cool, but in order to bring it to life, I'm going to have to crochet with a material that falls somewhere on the opaque to translucent spectrum. Enter dental floss. If you've been on the channel for a while, you might recall that this isn't the first time that I have crocheted with kind of bizarre materials, but it is the first time that I'm doing so with a particular project in mind. Because that's the case, dental floss wasn't the only idea I had. I have picked out 2 additional materials that could maybe suit my purposes. I'm not going to feature them in this video today, but I might do videos on them in the future if you're interested in seeing that. Even if I don't make videos that include those additional materials, I will still be crocheting with them regardless, because I need to know if this aspect is going to work first before I dive into creating the entire project. I mean, it's sort of central to the entire thing, so there's not much point proceeding if this doesn't work. The only way I'm going to know if this is a viable idea is to try it. So let's jump straight into the crochet. I have got up today. Yes, I did actually get it up. I was just in the wrong tab. I have got up my mini popcorn stitch chameleon pattern. That's what I'm going to be using because, again, not giving too much away, but that might be kind of relevant if this goes ahead. Because I'm working with dental floss, and strangely enough, dental floss doesn't come with a recommended crochet hook size, I'm just going to go with my 3mm hook here. You know what? I don't think white dental floss on a white background is a good choice. So just give me a sec to grab out my blue background. This is probably going to make it a lot easier for you guys to see. Let's just get into this. First question is, can you crochet a magic circle with a dental floss? Because it might create too much friction and not be able to close up. This is so weird. One of the reasons I actually went with the dental floss is because get that minty smell. But one of the reasons I'm using this floss in particular, if anyone is interested, is that I needed to buy some new dental floss, and the brand that I would normally use was out of stock. So I just got this generic one, but I don't know if I got a bad batch, but it is bizarrely thick for dental floss, and it was really hurting my teeth when I tried to use it. So I thought, you know what? I've got that idea for a project. Maybe I should try using it with that. Because, I mean, what else am I going to do with dental floss that... Yeah, with dental floss that is too thick to the point where it hurts your teeth. This is going to be a bit of a nightmare, I think. I think that was 6 and 6. All right, let's try and close that up. Oh my God. That is apparently 6 single crochet, but to be honest, it just looks like a mess. Look at that. I can't even see where my stitches are. Was the 3mm hook too big? You know what? I'm going to try that again just to see if I can make the stitches more visible. I don't know. I usually like challenges like this, but I have a suspicion that this one's going to be more frustration than fun. I don't know about you guys, but I am struggling to distinguish which stitch is which. That just looks like a bloody mess to me. I'm going to do something that I didn't really want to do. I'm going to jump down to the 2mm hook. See if that makes any difference at all. If it's hard on my hands, I'll just have to break this project up over a period of time, whether that is a few days, a week, whatever. I'm pretty sure I have my 2mm hook here somewhere. Or I did have 2.5, 2. I'm getting serious now, the hair's being tied back. 2mm hook, will you be any better? Please be better. And if I can grasp the tail, there we go, close that up. I mean, I think that is slightly better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have a feeling I just worked through the back loop there, but I'm gonna roll with it, and then we increase in the next stitch. All right, and we did it. Round 2. Yes, it is ugly as sin, and I'm pretty sure I've worked in the wrong stitches a few times, but I did it. Let's carry on to round number 3. I'm hoping as I progress in this pattern and I'm working with like slightly larger rounds, that might make things a bit easier. Do I dare bring in a stitch marker? Probably don't need to at this point, but later on maybe. All right, so we've done 3 rounds now. This hasn't been too bad. Like, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not the allergies are absolutely kicking my butt today. I am very doped up on antihistamine, so I don't know what that's going to do for my concentration, but it doesn't matter. We're going to try this anyway. So where was I? All right, you've done round 3. It's certainly not as difficult as I thought it might be, but that's not to say that it's easy, especially using the 2mm hook. I can already feel the strain on my hands. So I'm just going to work on this periodically, but I think I'll bring you guys back for the interesting parts, because in this chameleon pattern, there's sections where I have to work in the back loop only. That might pose more of a challenge. The popcorn stitch legs, of which there are 4, I think are going to be a challenge as well. So we're going to slowly make our way through this chameleon, and I will keep you updated on all the fun developments. This stuff, it might be thick for dental floss, but for yarn, it's incredibly thin. And I really don't have much experience working with yarn like this. Right, I'm going to try a stitch marker now, because I'm still not confident I am working in the... That's going to be too big, isn't it? Oh well, we'll go with it. I'm still not confident I'm working in the correct stitches, but I would kind of like to be, because I want to get this chameleon sort of close to the pattern as possible. I mean, I acknowledge there's going to be a lot of mistakes, just given what I'm working with. That is round 10. It's actually become easier in some respects the more I crochet. I'm starting to get like accustomed to it. I can, discern where my stitches are now. In that regard, it's easier. My hands are very sore, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break now. But it's also become more difficult because the the almost sticky residue that's on this floss, I think it's building up on my hook. And as that builds up, it gets progressively more difficult to pass my hook through my floss stitches. So it will be interesting to see as I continue this project exactly how hard that becomes if that residue just continues to build and build and build. For my sake, I hope there's like a threshold that it will only build up to a certain point and not any further, because, like, to be honest, I don't want this to get much more difficult. It's sort of a pain in the ass enough already. Now that I've given my hands a little bit of a break, I'm going to move on to round 11. Now, round 11, I think, is going to be my first big hurdle. Not only are we working in the back loop only for the entire round, I also need to do 3 single crochet 3 togethers. I honestly don't know which is worse in this case. Probably trying to work into the back loop, because it can be challenging enough to try and get my hook under both loops with this stuff. I mean, that wasn't too difficult. Maybe I'm worrying for nothing, but what do I need to do? 5 single crochet in the back loop only, and then my first 3 single crochet 3 together. So we got 1, 2, and that's another thing I've found with this floss so far, is that you have to be careful with your tension, because the floss can stretch very easily. So if you're not careful, you do end up with some stitches that are far taller than the ones beside it. And then 5. And now I need a single crochet 3 together, but I need to do that in the back loops only. So second back loop, and then I think I picked up the third back loop there. Can I pull through all of them? Maybe. All right, I got it. Not too bad. That wasn't too bad. All right, now I've got 6 single crochet and then my second single crochet 3 together. That was doable. It wasn't fun, but it was doable. So that was round 11. After round 12, the instructions do say to insert the safety eyes. Is that something we want to attempt? I'll crochet round 12 and then we can decide. Decision time. Do we add safety eyes? I'm thinking yes. Why I'm a little bit cautious is because I know I got some of my stitches in the first few rounds incorrect, and that's thrown off the shaping a little bit. So if I put them where they're supposed to go in this pattern, I don't think they're going to really line up with the popcorn stitch legs, but I suppose that doesn't matter all that much, does it? I'm going to just try and get them in what I think is the correct spot. We don't need big eyes for this project. I'm going to try the 6 mils. You know what? Let's bump that up to a 9. Let's give our weird little mesh chameleon thing some nice big peepers. And I want to be careful because I don't want to stretch my stitches too much, because with the floss, if I stretch it out, it's not snapping back into place. So I've got to be careful with that. All right, so I've only got 1 more round to crochet before I add my first set of popcorn stitch legs. I think I'm going to get to that. I want to do the first set of legs, but then I'm going to have to stop for today, I think. So I need to give the hands a break. But yeah, I'm dying to see how difficult it is to crochet popcorn stitches with bloody dental floss. Oh, have I mentioned how nice this smells? There's just this subtle scent of mint wafting in the air. It's a shame regular yarn doesn't have that. Okay, what are we on? Oh, we're doing front loop only this time. Alrighty, here we go. Crunch time. We're adding the popcorn stitch. We're going to have to do 2 here. So I'm going to start off by doing the first 4 single crochet. And after this round, I'll also be able to get an idea of how good my eye judgment was, because there's a chance that the eyes are going to be over here and the legs are going to be over here. Popcorn stitch time. Got to start off with my 5 double crochet. And pull up, insert, and chain 1. Look at that pathetic excuse for a popcorn stitch. I mean, it's kind of adorable in a weird, weak, limp way, I suppose. Like with the single crochet 3 togethers, that wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. So let's carry on with the rest of the round. What's after the first popcorn stitch? And then we're going to do our second popcorn stitch. We're going to do 1 round and then we can add the stuffing. That's going to be my stopping point for today, I think. And 27. It will be 27 when I finish the stitch. Come on. There we go. All right. Oh, yeah, definitely break time, I think. But before I do that, we are going to add some stuffing as per the instructions. However, I am thinking, look at those ridiculous popcorn stitch legs. Anyway, I am thinking because this floss has taken on sort of a mesh-like appearance, I'm going to use my yarn scraps to stuff it, because I think it would be cool to have the colours showing through. Now this may result in like threads coming through, maybe not that just yet, that's a bit big. This may result in threads like popping through the mesh, but I don't mind that too much. This thing is just ever so slightly ridiculous. Which means you fit in nicely on my channel. So anyway, I'm going to call it there for today. I will pick this up maybe a little bit later, probably tomorrow, and then just continue it over the course of the next few days. I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't think this is sort of shaping up how I wanted it to. It's not going the way I would like it to go if I was going to include it in the project I'm thinking of. But I'm going to finish it anyway because it's turning out pretty cute. Even if it's not what I wanted, it's pretty damn cute. I have made it to round 22, which means it is time to add in the second set of popcorn stitch legs. The crocheting has unfortunately become more and more difficult. I don't know if it comes across all that well on camera, but my hook is very like janky. It'll like pull and catch and pull and catch. There's just a lot of like friction. I don't know if friction is the right word, because it's a stickiness that's like grabbing hold of my hook. I can even feel it on the hook itself. On the plus side, it smells lovely. It's mint, and even because I have a bad habit of when I take my stitch marker out, I'll like hold it in my mouth and then, you know, put it back in when I need it. But now this stitch marker actually tastes of mint. I have to be careful not to accidentally like chew on it, in case my brain thinks it's one of those, you know, the mint the mint lollies. All right, Lee, stop talking and get back to crocheting. You've lost count 3 times and you've only crocheted 4 stitches. All right, this is the last hurdle, the final boss. Can I sew with this stuff? Dental floss. Original. I think there's a clear winner. 9 out of 10 dentists recommend you do not crochet with dental floss. But having done so now, I can say with certainty that dental floss is not going to work for my project. I think having crocheted this chameleon now, it has definitively ruled out dental floss, which is kind of a shame because like the color and the mesh, the way it's sort of mesh paneled, I like that. But while crocheting with it wasn't nearly as nightmarish as I thought it might be, it was still definitely a pain in the ass. The what I think is like the wax on the floss itself just built up over time, making it increasingly more difficult to crochet as I proceeded with the pattern. Like using a 2mm hook is never a pleasant experience for me, so that was just an added level of annoyance. But look, overall, as a one-off challenge, this was a little bit of fun. Would I personally recommend you go out and crochet with dental floss? Like, only if you want to torture yourself. Outside of that, no. I just really wanted to see if it would work for like my purposes, which I now know for certain that it doesn't. Even if I quadrupled this and worked with 4 threads held together, I just don't think it'll do what I want it to do. So I'm going to have to try out a couple of these other materials. Whether I do that in a video or not remains to be seen. Just let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. This isn't going to be like an ongoing thing or anything. I'm not going to put myself through that. Although if you are someone who likes watching people crochet with bizarre materials, please go and check out Niche Crochet's channel. They have a fantastic series called Will et Rat. So if this appeals to you, definitely go watch that. I will put all the links down in the description so you can just hop over there when we're done. But yeah, I've got at least 2 more materials I want to test. One's right here, actually. It's fishing line. And another one which I will keep under wraps for now, mostly because I don't have it. I thought I had it. I don't have it. I need to purchase some more. But I hope I can make one of those work. I should just hold on to it. I'm hoping I can make one of those work because how much do I want to say here? But this potential project is going to involve electronics, some lighting, sound if I can make it work. That's where I'm going to leave it for now. But I need a material that's not yarned to crochet some stuff. And I was hoping dental floss could help me out. Sadly, no. Well, not so sadly because I don't have to use it, but sad in that I will have to now go find an alternative. Yeah, let me know what you thought of my weird little chameleon. What I will say, though, is I do like how the coloured yarn scraps look through the mesh. That is actually a really cool effect that I may end up trying to replicate with actual proper crochet, with actual proper yarn. Because I do like that. I think we could get that to look really good. Another video idea, perhaps. But before we wrap up entirely today, we do need to do... And today's featured creator on the hookup is Mindy's Magical Makings. And she says, Mindy began teaching herself how to crochet in the summer of 2022. She followed the amigurumi tutorials of various YouTube creators. In November of 2023, Mindy released her first pattern for sale, her own design she likes to call the Skrunkly Alien. She hopes to release more original designs in the future. Mindy posts everything she crochets on her Instagram, Mindy's Magical Markings. So if you would like to check out the Skrunkly Alien and all of Mindy's other creations, you will find her links down in the description. Also down in the description is a link to the hookup form if you would like to apply for the hookup yourself. I don't really have any final thoughts on my weird dental floss chameleon. I think I've already covered everything I want to say. I will ask, however, if you have any ideas for sturdy materials, well, relatively sturdy materials that are sort of opaque, translucent, even semi-transparent, that I could potentially crochet with, just pop those down in the comments because I am on the lookout for materials like that. Dental floss is definitely crossed off the list though, because no way is that working. But other than what I don't learn, I keep picking this up and I keep dropping it. So if you like watching me continue to drop things, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed it, share it if you think it's worth sharing, and I will see you in the next one.